Yeah, yeah. And a bird that channels. Sinister grifters with a snake oil grin. Voracious virtue signalers cashing in. False PIs, they're fixing the game. Pointing fingers, but they're all the same. Innocent creators, moms with a cause. Digging through the chaos, exposing the flaws. We're hunting for clues, untwisting the lies. Who's driving this shit show straight to demise? Convertibles roaring, cliffs in sight. Like Thelma and Louise on a forever ride. They sail into YouTube fame, the crash is in sight. We're all on the ride, no brakes, no trust. Popularity is the spark that'll burn their channels into dust. Or it'll burn their channels into dust. Dust. That'll burn their channels in the dust. Spark that'll burn their channels in the dust. Dust. It's in the dust. That'll burn their channels. It's in the dust. That'll burn their channels. What's in the dust? The dust. The dust. We're all on the ride, no brakes, no trust. Popularity is the spark that'll burn their channels in the dust. Dust.
Yeah, dust. The whole country of Syria is dust. Sincerely. It is horrible to be right. Do you know what I mean? It is terrible to be right. And so while I've been going to to Pulpy's channel, YouTube Underground, all these Gorlick Bread, all these channels that I love, I've said in every one of them, she went to Syria. She's going to Syria. They're in Syria. The reason I knew they were in Syria is because Salah can't go anywhere else but Syria. His current legal position, no country is going to allow him to come in. About the only one that might run a possibility that he could get a limited tourist visa would be Mexico. That I'm talking about, that Foodie Beauty could get to him. And she had said, what if I went to Texas? And I thought, maybe she's going to drive across the border and meet him in Mexico. But even that, a guy like him who actually is a citizen of Syria, but he was given protected status in Kuwait. There's nowhere else, no one else is going to let them in. Hey, Star Child. Yeah, Star Child. I kept saying it in everybody's life, of course, typing. In everybody's lives, they went to Syria. There's nowhere else that he could have gone. Literally, he can't go anywhere. And I do think that Chantal's first instinct, which was get out, go home, be safe, that was the right instinct. 100% across the board, that was the correct instinct. And I think what ended up happening, of course, him leaving on short notice, the only place he could have gone was back to Syria. There's nowhere else that would accept him. Those tourist visas for those, a level 4 country, very few visas are allowed. There's another circumstance that someone might get entry into a country, and that would be like if they purchased a property. For some countries are different, but they're all somewhere around purchasing a property for around $500,000. And in that case, then you can get a visa quickly. So if you have the kind of cash that you can come in and lay down $500,000 to buy a home, you can get a fast track to status within a legal status within the country. Same, even in the United States, you can do that. So I said, the only place he could go was Syria. That realistically, no one else is going to let him in. His age, his history, he was already running from charges in Kuwait where he had protected status. They said, come in, we'll protect you, you'll be okay. He violated the rules of their country. No one's going to give the dude a travel visa. No one. So, I wondered if he would ever try to come into Mexico and walk across the border into the United States. But then after Trump got elected, they have got the border locked down. Like they had last month, I think they had 7 people that tried to get across. They're in the whole area of the Texas and Mexico border. So that ship sailed. There was no way he was going to do it that way. And so, I thought maybe Mexico might, in a weird oversight, maybe he knows someone at the Mexican embassy that he could give them a bunch of money and they would give him the visa or whatever. But I was right all along. They're in Syria, and this dumb heifer went to Syria. So she has now jumped from the frying pan into the fire. And I do think that there's a lot of people that this is exciting and it's very strange and it's really a mess. It is just a sign of the inability to tolerate discomfort. This is another episode or arc. You guys in the Goral world like to call it an arc. This is another arc, just like all the previous arcs that reflect on her. She can't tolerate being uncomfortable. She doesn't have the proper coping skills to just say, hey, didn't work out, but I'm safe. And now I need to build me a happy life right where I am. Plant where you grow. Grow where you are planted, right? Drop a seed in the ground and make the best of it and become a magnificent oak tree. So we're going to take a little peek here. Hold on just a second. Going to take a little peek at Foodie Beauty. Habibi. And عايز بيا مدنية من فضلك. Habibi, what the hell are you doing? What were you thinking? She was uncomfortable without Salah. Now she's with Salah. Does she look comfortable? No, she is not comfortable. They have no electricity and they have no water. And she's being given just that is simply bread. And let me explain about the bread. The bread is something that is cooked by the government. The government cooks it a couple of days a week. In Egypt, I think they could get bread 3 days out of the week. Maybe it was 2 days out of the week, but it's like a soup kitchen, right? Like you go and you get in line and you may wait for 7 hours to get up to the front so that you get your daily allotment of bread for your family. So the other thing is Habibi, aka Chantal, Habibi is she is now a woman in a Sharia controlled country that is in a state of chaos, war. That makes Salah king. You think I'm kidding? And the reason that I bring that up and point that out is this. This is not a time for celebration, because Salah he has already taken her passport. I have zero doubt, not any doubt in my mind at all. He takes her passport and that's it. She is now at slave level, right? That's the best she's ever going to get. Syria and Afghanistan at this point in history are really no different. The difference between them is that Syria did in fact have a heyday, a period of time in their lives where there was a fair amount of education for the masses. There were some nice houses. There was a distinct upper middle class group. It's gone. It's over. The war, the Assad regime, the Brotherhood fighting against the Assad regime, it's all destroyed. And those people, those families that had money, they took off. They are gone. They said, nope, this is such a upside down, war torn, bombed out place. There's no hope for recovery. There's no way to build a future if you're in Syria. You're kind of getting reduced to Bedouin levels of existence. Exhibit 1, there is no electricity, air conditioning. Well, they have electricity, they don't have air conditioning. And there's no water. And they're eating their government bread. So Habibi, who has no ability to manage discomfort, has now jumped on an airplane in this very childish mental state, totally ignoring her country's warnings. Do not travel to Syria. That's the warning from the United States government, the Canadian government, the Mexican government, the British government, the Swiss government. Do not travel to Syria. Do not travel to Syria. Do not travel to Syria. She knows better. She had to see her love, her handsomest man, thinking she knows so much more than anyone else knows. So she hopped on her little plane. She took off to Syria. Visions of, excuse me, I'm not going to laugh, Kuwait. Do you know that Kuwait is one of the wealthiest per capita, one of the wealthiest countries that there is? That the government takes their oil money and distributes it among the citizens. That then gets trickled down into the bigger economy, and everybody's living high on the hog. Everybody's wealthy. She has in her mind that every Middle Eastern country is going to be like Kuwait. She has, excuse the language, she has fucked around and she is about to find out. Oh my God. Has she messed up this time? This is Hank. There's nothing good about this. There's no coming back from this. The only coming back from this is Salah taking pity on her and saying, okay, I'll put you back on an airplane so that you can go back home to your family. Salah has exactly zero hope of making a penny in Syria. Not a penny. Why do you think he loved Chantal? Why do you think that Salah said, oh, Habibi, come see me, Juice, and Salah, we love you? Why? Because it was payday. Because Google, ABC company, was paying all of us creators. And as soon as he showed up on her channel, he wasn't there for a week. He shows up on her channel. Oh, Habibi, just miss you. It's very, very good. As soon as he showed up, what happened to the apartment? She started shucking crap. Got rid of the cat. You know what he said? He said, you don't need a cat. We have a cat here. Why do you need cat? You come to me, Habibi. You come to me. Syria is so very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Yamila. Unbelievable. She is a fool. And she is in danger. So she goes to Syria, where he takes her passport. Every one of them does it. Takes the passport, where she is now the property of the man and his family. I've had friends. The first one, we were in college, and she married a very handsome man from, can't remember where he's from now. Maybe he was from Egypt. Anyway, they got married. He went to medical school in the United States. After medical school, he said, we're going to go over. I'm going to let you meet all my family. It's a very beautiful place. We'll have a great vacation. Went over there. And while he was there, he was convinced to stay. And the family took her passport, and she could not get out. Her parents had plenty of money. They were going through the government. They were going to the U.S. Embassy. And if they got you, they got you. My daughter and I'm American citizen. My husband's American citizen. He is as Caucasian as I am. He was over in Egypt working. And my daughter and I did a lot of flying back and forth. And one night, we would always leave at like 3 a.m. And we were at the airport. He says goodbye. We go into the airport, like through security, and he leaves. And when we got to the security place, just like every other time we traveled, no problem. And then all of a sudden, the guy, a military guy, comes over, and he's like, I need you to come with me. And I was like, oh my God. And I said, no, I have to get on an airplane. I said, I'm married to an American. I'm here. Now, I had the name of the president of their organization. It's called a joint venture. I had the name and phone number of the president, and also a colonel in the U.S. Army that we got our villa from. And I said, please contact these two people, and they will tell you who I am. He says, you have to come. So me and my like little 9-year-old daughter, they take us over, put us in this office where we proceed to sit there alone for hours. They took my phone against my objections. I was terrified they were going to take my daughter. Terrified. And so finally they came back, and he had contacted the colonel. And when he came back in after talking to the colonel was on the telephone. He says, you're okay. Everything's fine. He said, you did the right thing calling me. He said, they're going to escort you to your gate. You'll be fine. Because I had missed the flight. They put us on a different flight. It was a big thing. Anyway, when the colonel hung up the telephone, the military guy that was there with me, he was just like, oh, so very, very sorry. So many women try to run. So many women try to run. I was like, excuse me, I'm American. My husband's American, and we are here on work visas. So he's like, no, very, very sorry. And then he starts telling me what a great man the colonel is, blah, blah, blah. So that's Egypt, which is a secular, there's a definite separation between church and state. It's a secular, very, 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 very liberal Middle Eastern country. Westerners are treated just like anyone else. It's a great country. But even there, they still do female genital mutilation. They still take the passports of their Western wives and refuse to give them up. And the U.S. Embassy can do nothing about it. Now, this crazy heifer has jumped from the frying pan into the pan, has jumped from the frying pan into the fire by going into basically what is the armpit of the world. Syria is really no different than Afghanistan. They have been at war since 2011. 2011, they've been killing each other. People, a civil war within the country, but also outside influences like Russia and the United States with real bombs. This country is dust because it's been bombed to kingdom come and back. There is a widespread family displacement. People don't know where they're going to live. The entire nation is in economic collapse. The infrastructure is gone. Gone. There's the roads is like you can't even like go in like a horse and buggy because there's just like big bomb holes in it everywhere. And there's no one, there's no money, there's no way to repair it. These people are living, it's like a post-apocalyptic world. So Western women that are living in these areas are prone to excessive violence. Listen to this. There is zero health care. And the reason that there's zero health care for like civilians is because if you are a healthcare provider, a nurse, a doctor, a medic, if you have any kind of knowledge at all, you've already been kidnapped and taken to the war-torn areas. They've already taken you into Hamas. There's no health care. And even if you do find somebody that has health care knowledge, there's no supplies. There's no medication. There's nothing. I don't know what this woman was thinking. I can't believe she actually did this. And there's no hope. Like you have to ask yourself, why would he bring her to Syria, right? Because he can't get out of Syria. That's messed up now. Why would he sweet talk her if he loved her? If he truly loves her, why is he sweet talking her? Oh, mi habibi. Why is he doing this to her? And then saying, no, you don't need your own apartment. You don't need a new cat. You have everything here in Syria. It's very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. You have to come. When your government says, do not travel to that country, please believe them. They're not just trying to interfere with your fun, Foodie. They're trying to keep your ass alive. Oh my God. He has zero hope of a job. There is no work to be done. There's no one that has money that can pay you as an employee. But with Foodie Beauty, what does he have? Money. Enough money that he's going to be considered one of the middle or upper middle class people. Money from her YouTube channel. You know what, YouTube? If you want to save this woman's life, you better close her channel. If you want to save her life, you better take that nice, delicious little prize of that monthly paycheck. You better stop it in its tracks so that Salah will not want her anymore. And he will hopefully let her get on an airplane and come home. Oh my gosh. How? It is Snickers. I cannot even wrap my head around the thought processes that this woman gets to. And she was so smug, wasn't she? Sitting in the car, camping out. You know why she was camping out in the damn car? I guarantee you it's because her mother told her that she was insane. That her mother told her she needed to be put in a mental hospital to even consider moving to Syria with a Muslim man. I am telling you, this is going to blow up in a way that no one is going to be laughing. No one's going to be having fun. Watch this. It's so cute. You have some government bread. Aren't you a lucky lady?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try a bite of the meat. Hi, Carolina.
Maybe the fan will be loud, right?
Is the fan loud? Oh well, no. Did I bring my water in here?
Tracy said, God, you are brave.
Do you want me to open these to try them with the no?
After it. You want to try it now?
No.
So already she's asking
haven't had
him
much
for
of an appetite.
permission what to eat.
You
Carolina
guys?
said that you are reunited. Yay.
Yeah. This is right. They don't have Diet Pepsi at the store we went to, and I'm really thirsty for something cold. It's like pull. Oh, I'll get that after.
You see, she had visions in her mind of Kuwait, and it's so beautiful, and the building is such a modern, gorgeous country.
So I'm sure you guys know I have a lot of story time to tell,
You're an idiot.
but at least I can go live in our sitting room. This is my first day. What in the world is going on? Wanda, thank you. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you, Carolina.
Yeah, you want to know why he's laughing? He's
Life
laughing
here,
because
I mean,
he's got
this
an
is my first day in
income coming
Syria,
and
so
she's not going to
it is
matter.
very, 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 very different. But I'm so happy to be
Oh,
reunited.
you look
Do you
happy.
feel that you are Chantal in Wonderland?
Yeah. With the Cheshire cat here. Come see mom. She already bit
Poor
mom.
Jews. Oh my
I
God,
can't
the
tell
poor
you like
cat.
how much
I
I
can
miss.
tell you how much happy I am to see you.
Oh, me too, sweet love.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
you
Julia, we miss you.
You can never say that I don't love you guys because the travel journey I just did is crazy. Okay.
You're crazy.
It is
Do you know where you are?
so
Poor Jews. Oh my God, that poor cat.
good Cleo.
You came to Syria now after the war finished.
Yeah, it's a lot safer,
Oh,
mashallah,
is that right?
than it was.
You know so much more than your government, don't you? It's so safe in Syria. It's so pretty. Why in the heck are you sitting in an apartment with no air conditioning if it's so good? It's gotten so much better. You are a foolish person. So you guys take a good long look at this, and we're just going to spend probably the next 3 months watching her go from bad to, oh my God, can we send in the Navy SEALs to try to save her ass? This is 100% about Salah needing her paycheck, nothing else. And they're now in a country that there is no legal resource. She has no protection, zero protection. I can't even believe it. This is exactly the reason why all of us, every one of us, we need to know how to do diaphragmatic breathing. We need to know how to challenge our own cognitive distortions. We need to make sure that we get out and exercise every day and get 20 minutes of sun, and that we have hobbies that we enjoy, so that when we have to break up with an abusive asshole, or we have to run for our lives in the middle of the night, we can tolerate it instead of going, I just need my man. If I just have my man, I can be happy. Oh, we're going to be watching, Foodie. We're going to be watching to see just how happy you are, because that air conditioning, you are going to be losing weight so fast because you are going to starve. You're going to be limited on the amount of bread that you can get every day. Even with money, if they don't have bread, they don't have bread. They don't have Diet Cokes. Oh my God. Why wouldn't they have Diet Cokes in Syria? It's such a nice country. You want to know why? Because they maximize every calorie. because they don't have any foods. Chantal, there's not any food in the country. It would be foolish to give a bunch of dying people Diet Coke or Pepsi or whatever it is. Why are you going to do that when you got little kids that are running around malnutrition? Why are you going to do that? Anything that's being sold in Syria is maximized for calories to keep people alive with less intake. Wow, this is going to be a trip. This is going to be a trip. No, I don't think so. Lee Pepper, you're 100% right. I called it. I said she's going to Syria because there's nowhere else that he could have gone. It's the only place he could be. She's going to meet him because she can't imagine living without him. She says, nope, that little apartment, which was very cute, had beautiful molding. She got her an air conditioner. Let's stop a minute and think about this, okay? She could not tolerate summer in Canada without air conditioning, but she's going to be okay in the Syrian desert without air conditioning. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The internet, YouTube is the weirdest experience. I can't believe that I know of someone who has actually done this to their life. I really. It's a done deal. I agree with Lee Pepper. He will never let her leave. He will never let her leave because the only reason she's there is because a paycheck comes with her. Yes, M. Hank, this is a cautionary tale of the highest order. Learn to love yourself. Learn to be happy even when you're alone. It's not bad to be alone. It's not. It is not a bad thing to be alone. There are a lot worse things in the world than being alone. We're about to watch it in real time. All right. He won the lottery. Is that what he said? Oh my God. Oh, you're talking about she is the lottery. Sorry, Snickers. I'm a little discombobulated out of this complete and total disbelief that she's this dumb. I can't believe she did. I can't believe this. It is a dark day, Sussy. You look, there are a lot of people that are in this woman's channel. They love her. She, they're faithful and loyal to her. And they also know that this was terrible. Why do you think she didn't tell people? Why wasn't she just bragging? Why wasn't she bragging saying, oh, Salar and I are going to be together. It's going to be wonderful. I'm going to Syria. They're rebuilding. Why wasn't she bragging? I'll tell you why. Because the government said, are you sure you want to do this? We have a do not travel warning on Syria. Her mother said, if you're going to do this, I'm going to put you in a mental hospital. She knew that all of the people that care about her online were all going to say the same thing. For God's sake, do you know what's happening in Syria? Do you know what it's like? She didn't want to be told no. It is unfathomable. I'm blown away. Blown away. I can't even tell you how shocking this is. Really, truly shocking. She, okay, well, yeah, so she thinks there's no laws there. There is, though, isn't there, Leva? The law of the man, not the law of the land. It's the law of the man. And you are now 100% at the mercy of Salah and his family. And I suspected, if you go back to my earliest videos that I made about Foodie, which was right when she and Salah were getting together, I told her in his apartment, when he was going live from his little apartment, there were like 7 very specific symbolic items on full display that said, I, Salah, I'm a freedom fighter. You are a dumbass, lady. It's incredible. It is incredible. I'd like to see his family. I bet she hasn't met them. Not those, not the ones that remained in Syria. Oh, I bet you anything that his dad and his sister, I bet they are wringing their hands. I bet they are horrified that Salah is back in Syria. He would have, I'm going to tell you this too. I believe he would have been better off going to jail in Kuwait with a limited time to serve than to go to Syria. It's incredible. Leva, are you? She went to Lebanon and drove over. Jesus Christ. She's playing, you know what? She's playing with the big boys now. None of this. I'm a Canadian citizen. It's hard to keep my opinions to myself. You're about to find out. You are about to find out. My God. My God. Oh, it's so crazy and it's so sad. It's just so tragic. For what? For what? Because she couldn't be comfortable in a safe place. All right. I do have to go. I've got something that I should have started at 12. So yeah. So if you have not begun watching Foodie Beauty, if you like drama, it's about to happen. Leva, thank you so much. And Lee Pepper, you guys, thank y'all for coming in and adding, because I haven't even researched this. My jaw hit the ground when I pulled her channel up and saw what was happening. I haven't even watched this live all the way through. So I really appreciate you guys coming in. And this is so, does she not, you know what, Leva? Does she not realize that people fight, like Syrians, people that's their heritage, that they plead and beg other countries to please give them asylum to stay alive, to keep them safe? Like, what did she think she was doing? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I gotta quit. I'm just in awe. Like, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to take some time and mull this over. So, all right. No, she doesn't know what is about to happen. Kuwait is like the Switzerland of Kuwait and Dubai are like the Switzerland of the Middle East, right? Like, it is top dog. I would go to Kuwait and vacation every year. It is gorgeous. Okay. They've got luxury everywhere. It's a beautiful place. Syria? I would look, Lebanon has traditionally been a very beautiful place. But in recent years, there has also been a lot of violence and war in Lebanon. For a man to say, okay, here's the deal, Habibi, we're going to fly you into Lebanon, a place where there's active rockets flying through the air right now. You're going to get into a car with my boys. You're going to put a niqab on and cover your entire face. And then my boys are going to drive you across the desert in the middle of the night. And then I'm going to pick you up and we're going to live happily ever after in the new and improved Syria. She really thinks this is not about money. I feel really angry with her for being so foolish. Yeah. All right. I have to go. I'll talk to you later. Bye.